It's wet and rainy here in Northern California, so it's another day of work inside the shed, and there's a bunch of stuff that I've done to the shed since I last updated you guys. If you've been watching my live streams, you've probably seen some of these things, but I'll get you guys up to speed here. So the first thing I really needed to rectify was my maps. My map situation was all screwed up. I had these maps attached to cardboard with double-sided tape, and a bunch of you suggested that I should just do foam core with adhesive spray, and that's what I ended up doing. I thought having the maps attached to the wall with Velcro would make it easy to pull them down and put them back up, but it just pulled the friggin' paint off the wall, so I had to switch up that whole idea. So now they're firmly and securely attached. I just need to get back up there and put pins in all the little places that I've been over the past couple years. First and foremost, this shed is a place to shoot videos and edit videos and do live streams, but it's also a place to work on my bikes. And I found out really quickly that the bikes getting leaned up against the wall all the time was just friggin' making everything dirty and getting the walls all nicked up. So I thought we could put some diamond plate against the wall to kind of save all that damage from happening. So we put BKXC Senior to work, and we wrapped just about the left side of the Nuggetorium along the bottom with this diamond plate. It's not wrapped all the way around, just into that corner and then to the right a little bit. And it really, really helps. I have all kinds of nasty stuff leaned up against there. I'm not worried about the walls getting all nicked up now. And what good would a workshop be without a vise? We put in a vise as well. So I wanted to be able to rig up some lighting, and I didn't want everything to be on like a tripod stand, and I didn't want to permanently drill holes in the wall for one light or two lights. So I came up with this idea of doing a long pipe. It seems like every single type of light rigging and microphone rigging and all the different rigging stuff always has a clamp that clamps onto something circular. And this is all just bought from the hardware store, really simple flanges and pipe ends and 90-degree turns. It was easy. Of course, the high-end video photo websites like BH Photo, they have trusses that are like $200 a foot that you can buy and get your proper rigging. But man, I really like the way this came out. So I've got two of these pipes, one on the far wall, one on the near wall that's like right above me. If I'm talking to the camera, these would rig up lights and cameras looking straight down. And this is how the webcam looks up close. It's got that articulating arm, it's clamped onto the pipe, and you can really move it around and put it in whatever position you want to. And this is how I have my lighting stuff rigged up. I've got that big clamp to a big articulating arm to my big lights. I also slapped up some of that acoustic foam. I think it helps. I think the more stuff I actually just get in here, the less echoey it is. Here's what my little workstation looks like right now as I record this voiceover and look at all the clips that I've accumulated. I've got a bunch of these little spray bottles, and I wanted to be able to get at them very easily, so we rigged up another little skinny pipe under the desk. So today's project was to fill out the tool wall a little bit more with a few mini shelves, like two on the left side, two on the right side. And we were able to do this pretty cleanly by using some dowels and some mahogany wood, and it came out really, really good. A lot of glue. This green thing right here is a magnetic soft jaw that goes on to the normal jaws of the vise and keeps stuff from getting messed up. These little metal things were really cool too. So you put those in where you drilled the dowels, and then you push up against the thing that you're gonna drill in on the other side, because the dowels have to go in both sides, so it actually marks out the spot perfectly where you need to drill the other holes. And the kit we bought came with like a half-ass collar that was going to try to make it so you could drill at a certain depth, but it was just such a piece of crap. We used this blue tape. That didn't work as well either, but you just can't drill that deep when you're doing this dowel thing. We used some Gorilla Glue to set it up permanently, and I think it really came out super nice. I'm actually, now I got to figure out what the hell I'm going to put on these shelves. So today was definitely the day of 1,000 screws. Now we started putting up some pegboard, and you guys know I don't really like pegboard for my tool wall, but I really like it to be able to display stuff and kind of have stuff on hand. I try to buy a lot of stuff before I need it, so I just have it when I need it instead of having to wait 2 days for Worldwide Cyclery or Amazon to deliver it. So I bought a bunch of tires recently, and I think this would be a perfect little way to display them. Then I busted out my gloves and put them on the wall. It looks really cool. I got to put some more other stuff on here though. Moving on to more storage, more screws, more of these pine pieces of wood on the wall. We popped on a couple Helmetor helmet holder thingy-majigs to keep the helmets in check. And then just a couple easy, simple hooks for my hydration packs. Now that we've got all this stuff on the wall, I wanted to check and make sure that the bike still had clearance. I was pretty sure that there was plenty of clearance, but you never know until you get the thing up there. And that hook for the back wheel is a nice addition to keep the bike kind of out of the way. You're still going to hit your head on the handlebars and the seat if you're not careful, but yeah, it happens. So this was a little blank space under the window, and I started thinking that this would be a perfect spot to hold my little Trail Boss tool. Well, it's not very little. So if you haven't heard of the Trail Boss, it's like a modular tool system that basically you can break down the pieces and carry them in your bag and kind of sneak out and do trail work instead of having these big tools on you at all times. So we crafted these little slots. That's the McLeod head right there, and then the Rogue Hoe was the other head that I had. And we found some L hooks and just laid that thing right in there. And you can see the pieces, right? So all those pieces break down to little small 12-inch little pieces that you can bring in your bag. Cutting the corners off of these workbenches was definitely long overdue, and now will allow us to get in and out of this little back area where I keep the garbage can. The Mega 6-port battery charger is a must if you're going to be working on projects. Although we didn't even go through one battery on this entire day, screwing in all this stuff and cutting wood. There is nothing worse than running out of battery power when you're a kid or when you're an adult. When you don't have batteries, it's just absolutely the worst. I also did a little hidden cable management on this stuff just to kind of hide it all, hide the big mess of everything. It's nice that the tool wall has this little overhang so you can hide stuff behind it. The work in here is never done, and I like it that way. I like always having a project. I like always having something to work on. It's a little messy when stuff's just always cluttered up and kind of out of place, but that's the life. That's the life I live. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the trail.